Welcome to Your Skin, Your Story by Diyah. Today, I wanted to touch on an episode, networking versus relationship building. Because out here for the last 3 years, I've been to several networking events, even networking groups. And I've realized that a lot of it is so frustrating when you go and put in your time, your energy, and giving value to people or organizations who don't even appreciate it, who don't even check in on you. So I wanted to give a few pointers and also reflect as I transition my life from networking to relationship building while helping you in the midst. As I touch on this topic, I want you to reflect on this question. Are you collecting contacts or are you truly connecting? Because the difference between networking and relationship building is that networking often is transactional. It's focused on what you can get. The me, the I. That's the dynamic when you're networking. But relationship building is more intentional, it's authentic, and it is mutually beneficial. So an example would be going to a networking event, exchanging business cards or social media. But relationship building is checking in months later to see how someone is doing. And also, I want to touch on the role of energy and authenticity, because I noticed that a lot of times being in these networking groups or spaces, it comes off as gimmicky, trendy. But I want you to know that chasing clout or trends in a networking group or even networking events, it drains energy. Relationship building, however, aligns with your values and feels natural. It also makes you remember your why, keeping you rooted and grounding and aligning with the right people. Think of it like this. Networking is like a quick skincare fix. Think of it like once you get a pimple and you put on those little pimple stickers. But relationship building is like a consistent skincare routine that creates lasting results. We want long-term impact in our communities because this is what a lot of our culture is lacking. Networking might get you a good one-time sale or contact. Relationship building, however, leads to loyal referrals, collaboration, and even friendships. Share a story where real relationships open more doors than surface level networking. Because your story matters and everyone has a testimony. Your story may be the breakthrough that someone may need it just from listening to what it was that you overcame. It's not just about pushing product or services. And here's just a few practical tips for transitioning from networking to relationship building. Be curious and listen more than you talk. A lot of people out there is just making noise, not impact. A lot of people are making assumptions as to, why you didn't show up for me? Why you couldn't come and support me? Instead of actually asking important questions to get into know the person's situation and actually trying to see what it is that you can do to be a better help to that person so they can be able to feel wanted and valued in your community and in your space. Start following up with intention. Send a thoughtful message. Share a resource. Don't just send links to your event, links to your platform. Offer value without expecting something back right away. I want to touch on just a few red flags of empty networking, just in case you still don't get it yet. Have you ever been to an event and you're around certain people and you just feel drained? Or sometimes you go to an event and you add a value to the space, but your value wasn't appreciated. It was just used. And it was nothing wrong with being utilized. But at the same time, be utilized in a space that also brings value to what it is that you do. Not you just adding value to their space. People only reaching out when they need something or want support with their events. The conversations start to feel surface level with no follow-up. Those are just a few red flags of empty networking. And if you've ever felt that way in your community or the spaces and events that you've been to, maybe it's time for you to pivot into relationship building as well. Now, to touch on relationship building, especially in the beauty and wellness industry, I want you to think of authentic relationships created with trust with your clients and collaborators. For an example, instead of just pushing products and services, start sharing experiences that builds connections, not just your story, but also experiences, and encourage your people in the community that aligns with your values to be in your space, be a part of your circle, and get to know their mission. And if it aligns, those are your people, instead of just chasing the big names. What I want you to reflect on is who is in your circle as of now that you can nurture a real relationship with. I suggest just a few small actions like checking in on your past clients or collaborators. Send a thank you note. Share why you value them or a helpful tip, because that can go a long way. And until next time, this is Your Skin, Your Story. Thank you for tuning in.